So hi Aquarius, and welcome to your September 2019 general reading. So the Sun's in Virgo, which means is in our natal 8th house. The 8th house is the house of Scorpio. It's the house of very, very deep transformation. It's also the house of our sexuality, our deep relationships, that sort of thing. So September tends to be my favourite month, to tell you the truth, yeah. And we've got the Soulmates card as our additional guidance card because the 8th house represents our attachments, our connections. So I had a feeling that that was the theme that was going to turn up this month. So we're going to do a general reading. I'll do a very brief relationship reading, but the main reading will be on Vimeo and the link will be underneath. But I also do weekly readings, as you know, so we can keep up with the story through that. Okay, so please give me clear-cut messages for the sign of Aquarius. We do one card for money, one for love, but I'll extend if we need to. We'll look at the challenges, the gifts. You know it, guys. It's a very, very, probably about half an hour general reading for the month ahead. So one more cut of the deck. Oh, I think it's going to be a good month. I feel it. Okay. So what's behind us is the Queen of Cups with the Seven of Swords. So the Queen of Cups might have been some sort of offer that came through. The Seven of Swords is a bit of a shadow card. It quite often represents things not being totally in the light. So unspoken conversations, that sort of thing. But we'll find out more. And it's what we're leaving behind, okay? There might be a sense of hesitancy about making changes for some of you. That's what the Seven of Swords can represent. What you want is the Queen of Pentacles. The gift is the Sun. Yes. The Sun is the most positive omen when it appears in a tarot reading. It's the Sun and the Ace of Cups tend to be my what I call good karma. There's not really such a thing. There's a thing called adorable karma. And it comes back as good that we've given out in the past, coming back to us, okay? The challenge is the Ten of Pentacles. So some of you might not be feeling the 10 is the end of a story, but it's a challenge. And we'll find out why it's a challenge in a minute. Okay, we've still got the Nine of Wands in our relationships. We had that last month as well. I just realised I want you to see the cards. Can you give me a minute, guys? So the Nine of Wands again. 2 months running. It's a card about boundaries. Oh, I really didn't want that to turn up. Don't worry, we'll talk a little bit more about it. Queen of Swords in money and work. The Hierophant at soul position, which is Taurus, which is about the earth. It's about commitment. It's about to your own self be true. I'm not worried about anything now because of the Sun turning up as the gift, because the Sun illuminates everything. And the Sun is what, it's like a beautiful summer's day and you've got a big coat on. You begin to take off those defences when the Sun starts to shine. But maybe there's a reason. And the outcome is a Lover's card. I just knew that because when something's in our 8th house, the theme is going to be around sexuality, attachments, sometimes letting go of attachments, sometimes inviting new ones in. It's going to be a completely different story, but the reason why I trust everything is the Sun, because who can stay like that when the sun's shining? Which means, to me, we're about to enter a brand new chapter through the month of September. I sort of knew it. I wasn't even doing September readings And I just thought, I really want to do Aquarius readings. I'm an Aquarius, as you know. So the Queen, behind you, the Queen of Cups looking at the Seven of Swords. So a little bit of a, that Seven of Swords can be so hard to explain. It's sometimes, shall I stay, shall I go? It's a bit of a stuck energy. Looking behind you, walking forward, but stuck nowhere. Sort of analysis paralysis. Now the Queen of Cups is probably some sort of offer coming your way. What is the Queen of Cups offering? One card. I think it's something to do with work or finances, or trying to heal a rift, because it's with the Five of Pentacles, which can be this split that's happened with you and someone else. But it's about unspoken dialogue, unspoken communication, and there's no way around it, because the 8th house does rule the shadow side of life. Yeah, so I'm an astrologer too, so the 8th house, really important house about what we need to transform. And it's something maybe to do with a little bit of a split between you and someone else, a little bit of a separation. Not sure, going to be different for everyone. For some of you, it might be an offer coming around work, but you're not really sure about taking it. We'll find out as we go along. Now, what you want is the Queen of Pentacles. She might be a person, traditionally an earth sign person. So for some of you, it's clearly going to be this earth sign person, male or female. It's not even gender specific in private readings, okay? For others of you, this is about financial stability. And because of this energy and the Queen making an offer, what you want is greater prosperity. It's also a card about boundaries and self-esteem. The peacock gets its tail because it's eaten its thorns. So the thorns are those shitty things that happen to us in life, Aquarius. You know, those things that we all know that need to be worked with. You want to transform into this Queen of Pentacles. Much more boundaried, much more self-esteem. And no one really messes with the Queen because she's a queen. Okay? Very interesting. Now the gift is the beautiful sun. You know what, I know already September's going to be a good month because of that card. I don't even want any more clarity on it, but I'm tempted. Yeah, look, it's with the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is a rainbow after a storm. You know what? Some people a lot of people think, oh my God, the tarot is so weird. It's not. It's very, very practical, actually. So obviously, the Ten of Cups is this gift of joy, of happiness, of sun, very, very happy relationship energy. It tends to talk about happy families, but obviously that means different to everyone. But there seems to be something clearing with both these two cards. And it might be with this Queen of Pentacles. It might be about financial issues, because what's up there? The challenge is the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is a very abundant card because, look, the chest is wide open. So there's an ease of flow with the Ten of Pentacles. So maybe some of you don't feel that complete ease of flow. Doesn't mean to say that you're... Can you clarify the Ten of Pentacles as a challenge, please? Seven of Wands, yeah. So maybe the Seven of Wands is quite a protective energy, and you're protecting that 10. So maybe some of you are having to manage your resources. So not to be constantly overflowing and giving, but much more Seven of Wands. So I need to protect these pentacles that are behind me. That sort of energy. That's how I'm picking that up. But let me just carry on. Now, Aquarius, we have the Nine of Wands in our relationship again. Listen, I'm not remotely worried. It's almost like a long story's coming to an end because of these gifts. You cannot withstand the joy of the sun and the Ten of Cups energy, which, so I mean, I'm assuming because this is the second month I've had it, there's a story beginning to end. Although, maybe you have to be boundaried around some people because of this is the gift. So there's people who are making excessive financial demands on you. You might have to say no, because I need to look after this 10. I need to look after the resources that I do have. Okay, especially if there's some sort of change going on, and September's a big change month for Aquarius. So tell me the story of the Nine of Wands, please. Right, this is even more bizarre. It's with the wheel. So there's a huge serendipity story going on here. So serendipity is flow. It's one of the spiritual laws. It's that sort of really higher state that we're really, really attuned to. A 10 here as the gift. There's something concluding in this relationship story, this one. I know it. I know it because of the sun, and I know it because of the outcome, which is moving towards connection. And you ain't going to move towards connection, Aquarius, if you're in this energy. But if you allow the sun and the Ten of Cups and the wheel to turn, it's going to take you exactly where you need to be. I am now very, very keen to see what's going on in our relationships. Now, money and work, you've got the Queen of Swords. So tell me more about this. The Queen of Swords is obviously our sign. She's a little bit detached. She's got the bigger picture. She's also a reader. Yeah, I mean, this is what I do for a living. I'm very, very much the Queen of Swords. But tell me more. And she's also a bit connecting with her higher mind. So don't get involved in any dramas, any storylines that are playing out in the workplace. Keep the higher vision, okay? Tell me more about money and work for Aquarius, please. And don't give me the Hanged Man or the Moon. 2 more cards about what's going on in money and work. This could be a person you're dealing with. 10 of Swords, which is the ending of a cycle. No, some of you are definitely leaving a job. You've got the 10 of Swords and the Death card. So one cycle has completed. And I wonder if for some of you that Queen of Cups is bringing some sort of offer of a job with the 5 of Pentacles. Tell me more what comes after the Death and the 10 of Swords. You're going to a new chapter. 4 of Wands is a threshold card. When I seen that Queen of Cups, I thought, oh, what offer is she bringing? And some of you might be in a gateway. Like a classic example of this reading would be getting a new job, but still having to work through the ending of an old one. And the 4 of Wands is going towards a new chapter. What's this Queen of Cups bringing? Sorry, I'm a little bit intrigued by this reading. What's the Queen of Cups bringing? It's something to do with a job. It's the Empress. Some sort of gift. Anyhow, can I go to the actually soul position? Hierophant. Fantastic. The Hierophant is about the earth. Yeah, it's Taurus. And Taurus represents our essential needs, our security, our stability, all those things. Because this is going on at a soul position, you're very, 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 and because the sun's shining, you're safe, by the way, especially if any of you are leaving one job behind and finishing it off and going forward to a new one. And I think some of you very clearly are, by the way. The Hierophant is about stability, and if you feel that at a soul level, then it's fantastic. It's also about your own self, be true. So there's definitely that feeling about being true to yourself, being true to your sun. And remember, as Aquarius rules the unique touch in astrology, that which is unique about us. And this sense of uniqueness is very, very much coming through in your reading. Anyhow, the outcome is the Lovers, which means you're breaking away from this Nine of Wands energy. Now, the Nine of Wands isn't a bad card. If you're being treated absolutely craply, Aquarius, it's a fantastic card. Because it's a card about saying no. And maybe having to protect these 10 of, you know, so classic example, people keeping leaning on you financially. This is fantastic, by the way. But what I don't, if there's a love here, I hope some of you aren't guarding yourself against love. Because we guard ourselves against love, remember, because of fear, always fear. And we don't want to be hurt again, so we avoid love. But if we avoid love, we avoid all these beautiful things that can happen to us. And we avoid our growth, we avoid our joy, and we avoid our happiness. I need another card for you. Tell me one more story that represents Aquarius for the month of September. I think it's going to be a really exciting month. We got the World card, which is a trump card. The ending of one cycle, so we can begin again at the Fool card. This is definitely playing out in money and work, by the way, for some of you. And as an Aquarius, it's definitely one of my stories at the moment. And the Four of Wands is moving. It tends to be moving towards a new chapter, which is a lot more, it's a 4 and the Hierophant's there. So probably a lot more financial abundance. A lot more by the book, you know, a lot more straightforward, a lot more clear. But you might have to guard your 10 of Pentacles a little bit. But the card that clarified the World is the Fool. Boy, something's completing and something new is beginning. I think, again, I've said it too many times, especially around the career, the life path, the finances, but I think around the relationships as well. It's like some old resistance is beginning to melt. Some old defences are coming down, but obviously they're not coming down if you're being abused and treated like crap, Aquarius. Okay, that's when we need the Nine of Wands. But do we need the Nine of Wands with the Sun and the 10 of Cups as the gift? I'm not sure. Because the past only repeats itself if we haven't dealt with what's in our past. That's what I do as an astrologer. We look at a person's imprints that need to be transformed, so we allow ourselves to have a future that we deserve, a future of happiness and a future of love. I want to look at your relationships now. Our relationships, sorry. And I think it's very odd that I am... It's my astrology reading day, so I don't tend to do the tarot, but I really wanted to have a look at what was going on for us. So what's essential? I'm going to do one and a connecting card, and the rest will be in Vimeo. So let's look. What's essential card in Aquarius readings this month? Hold on, one card. I'm going to split them. And remember, I do weeklies, guys, if that's the way that you want to do it. 3 of Pentacles. So 3 of Pentacles is a card about working together to understand something. It's a pulling together energy. Some of you might be meeting someone at work with the 3 of Pentacles. Oh, there you go. We're approaching them as the Emperor. The Emperor is the 9 of Wands. The Emperor in love is the 9 of Wands, the 4 of Pentacles. Look how stiff he is, guys. Okay. How are they approaching you? One card. Queen of Cups. Okay, so the Queen of Cups is approaching the Emperor. Actually, they might not be. This might be in this deck. The Queen doesn't make a move; she just feels, but she doesn't actually move. So, what on earth is going to bring the two of you together? Love. Ace of Cups is pretty much like a major arcana, a force that's uncontrollable. So why Aquarius, my lovely Aquarius, including me, approaching this as the Emperor? One more card. As I say, the rest will be in Vimeo. Okay. We're a little bit you do know I'm an Aquarius as well, by the way, so we're a little bit cut off here, but it's a love that can't be avoided with the Ace of Cups, guys. And look at her hand, she's beckoning. So I think maybe you might be the one that's beckoning. The Queen of Cups. One more connecting card before I do the Vimeo reading. I'm intrigued. Knight of Cups. Ace of Cups. The Knight carries, it makes changes, it's a vehicle. I'm going to go and do Vimeo now. Guys, I only charge about $2.22. But the rest of the stories will play out in the weekly, so you don't need to get them. But also, I think a lot of the big changes are definitely happening in the workplace. Definitely. Because the 8th house also rules resources. There's something going on in your relationships, and boy do I like it, and boys that are time to be happy. Breathe. Don't be the 9 of Wands and the Emperor unless you have to. If you're not being treated well or treated kindly. If not, Aquarius, what really is going on here? And we have imprints that we bring with us. That's what the birth chart does. And we can resolve them. They're absolutely resolvable. And we can open ourselves up again to the Sun, the 10 of Cups, the life that you deserve, Aquarius. I knew September was going to be epic. Okay, I'll be back for the weeklies next week. Vimeo link underneath and details to contact me personally. Loads of love, guys. Bye.